Holy shit. Wait, you skipped Tribby and you skipped Emblem. I feel like this account is in a very interesting spot. Anyways, this is going to be an American Lies Random Blessing. 5 teams total, including Himeko Break, Mono Remembrance, Archer, DOT, Himeko Nova. Her build is very work in progress with other favorites. I've been watching you on YouTube and Twitch since 2024. Holy. And I love your content. I always look forward to all of your uploads and tune into streams as often as I can. Sorry for the incoming yep. You are forgiven. I'm a 1.0 player that has been playing very consistently since launch, and the only reason why I come to HSR, God real, as my first and only gacha game is because I saw Himeko on the beginner banner and told myself that if I don't get her, I will stop playing. 3 years later, and Himeko is still your favorite character, with my account having the rank 1 standard Himeko. I see. And I saved all my pools from version 4 specifically for E2S1 Himeko Nova. My endgame performance was dropping off for 2A before her release, with me only 5 to 6 cycling the king stages and only getting 7 stars instead of 9 for 9. But now that Nimeko is home, I think my account is in a much better spot, and I would love a feedback. I'll provide you a couple of ads. I'm just gonna read here right now. I love HSR story, but you might notice that I am quite behind. You just started 3.4 and you have been trying to catch up over the past few months since I let all versions pile up over time after I accidentally didn't complete Red Bar story. But I promise I'm working on it. Okay, since you promised, right? Since he bro did in fact promise, I have a E2S1 Cypher. Because I got really lucky for her banner, and I got it in 160 pools. And she performs exceptionally well with this investment. I like her. I'm so happy. I initially put her as a vertical investment for Acheron, but Archer came around and stole our best teammates, and I lay her. I'm assuming you laid Acheron to rest. I always get best and stole teammates for character I enjoy, but you may notice I'm missing Cyrene for my Mono Remembrance. I skipped her because I didn't have enough pools after securing E0 as one Hyacinth, because I also skipped Hyacinth on her release because I believe that Luocha would be good enough for Casteris. I see. For Cyrene's rerun, I had around 400 pools and I plan on pulling her for EZO Ezo, which I had to do. But I lost the 50-50 and I dropped another 40 pools into a banner before stopping myself and saving the guarantee to make sure I get E2 S1 Himeko, even if I lose every single 50-50 at Heart Pity. I do plan on getting Cyrene when she reruns again, and I will use my HP card on Remembrance team until then. Okay, getting my E2 as on Himeko Nova cost me 250 pools, which is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. And you have 250 pools left. My plan pools are in order. Wait for Robin's kid. No comments. Afterwards, pull Rin E0 as well. This is fine because Rin does have a very long banner placement, and it's like 1 year plus, and it doesn't even go away. So this is gonna be completely fine. And for future me is here to tell you I pull her E0 as 0 and she has bomb relics. Ignore them. I see. Wait for more Nimeko verticals. Maybe getting Emblade. Bro, I'm a firm believer that Emblade is essentially a casual bait unit. And if you're gonna be a casual bait unit, you should not be beta if you're gonna be watching twitch.tv/MrPokke, right? Okay, I legit think, right? Emblade's position is essentially targeting the players who pulled for a lot of DPS, and they have no idea how to make all these different DPS perform at a acceptable caliber. So you invest 1 cost to an EZO Azure Blade, and you wheelchair your half-fuck DPS to the finish line. But I feel at the end of the day, like, how many generalist support do you really need in HSR when you have like only 3 team ending content, right? Maybe if there is a 4th team, I think Emblem will have a little bit more value. But if you're an account, for example, right, if you already have an E1 Triby, I legit think E0 Blades like value goes down by a significant portion. And I will always consider myself to go for vertical investments instead of a generalist support, right? +1 goes to the high stance for you. Why the fuck do you put DOT, bro? I see. Cyrene E0 Ezio on rerun, maybe 1 or 2 costs for Mono remembrance. Right? Okay, this is honestly a very, very interesting account. Holy. That's a very, very interesting background. Alright, let's see what bro's account have right here. But oh, you're in the story. Sun, repel stars, and pale moon. Oh. Okay, you know what? Let's just temporarily leave, right? Let's just pause and save. Alright, let's just pause and save. So you are... Wait, chat, that was on 3.6? Or was that 3.5? I think that was 3.6, right? Oh, 3.6 crazy, bro. Okay, but bro, I highly recommend you to sell ass down for 3.7, right? I think 3.6 was a little bit more, like, more chill. It is basically exploring the roles of Servitra and Hyacinth. But 3.7 is gonna be the big boy, right? So, okay, you know what? Hey, you're not missing anything, bro. Because playing Arcadia is called Plan No Stakes Arcadia, right? So whatever happens here is gonna be completely fine. Okay, let's see what bro's account had. Yo, how you guys doing? I never ever say that, by the way. I only say yo. Wow, 0 cycle, chat. Oh shit. Okay, so these are basically you saving pools, right? Oh, okay, you know what? I can respect it. I respect that you are using break slot with Himeko, like OG Himeko, and you are not succumbing to meta, right? This is a very this is a very respectable degree. There we got the 0022. So let's see what your account is gonna be. 3 cycles grand total. That is very, very nice. Archer main with normal Himeko and Nimeko. Okay. Same team. Oh, so this is going to be DOT instead of Archer main. So you will only use Archer in Memory of Chaos as well as APOD, and Pure Vision just swap on over to DOT. I noticed that you basically stop using Mimo Slop though. I mean, if you hate Mimo Slop, then nobody will force you to use them, you know what I'm saying? Right, let's just see what is going to be right here. Okay, E2. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Wait, do you skip Firefly? I just realized. Oh, you put the break units just for normal Himeko. That is a very interesting choice. I see. E0 F9, E1 Rame, E0. Okay, I heard the Aircon is dead, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. E1 Kafka. Alright, that's fine. Okay, your Mimo Slop team is lacking a considerable amount of investments, by the way, because from what I see, you basically have yourself a E0 F9, E0 Cassius, E0 Hyacinth, right? And you have no Cyrene. So you're gonna be using E2 Cypher as a replacement, which I guess is probably not. Ooh, okay, that's very interesting. Alright, free guy. Okay. How many pools do you have again, my man? 205 pool with a grand total of 0 Stellar Jades. We do have ourselves a grand total of 0 pools as well. I would say your best course of action at this point. Wait, do you have their light cones? Do you have Mimo Slop's light cones? Bro, please don't use it, by the way. Where is this Lycon is unironically not that bad for Rinto Saga. If you don't want to run this, wait, where is your Herda Store Lycon, bro? Yeah, get that Herda Store Evolution Lycon. At least it gives you a little bit of speed. Cause nowadays when you're playing Rinto Saga, you're supposed to just pretty much play her like a skill point generator. So her personal damage is like completely inconsequential. Oh, no wonder, my man. Oh, no wonder. Okay, I mean, I guess if you want to play as a sub DPS, it's fine. But at E0 and without S1, the damage is just, personally speaking, not worth it. I really don't like playing Rin with like this low of a cost investment. If you want to consider bring this up to E1 maybe, but I don't think you need it, right? Because you already got yourself a E2 S1 car. I think this is a significant amount of like cost investment because you were really lucky as well, right? And you have a 30% damage vulnerability on top of the additional tally count for your patronage stacking. So from this point, I think Rin being a full-on support, like give her just 4-piece ego and just make her as thick, right, as thick as possible with like HP as well as defense, just to do a bit of sustainers, because you are already running sustainers with E2 car. Right, so this plus Archer, it would be, I would say, the best way I would go about it, right? But that being established, DHPT is gonna be on. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this is fine. Oh, okay, you might want to consider this. This is a pretty good light code. I will highly recommend leveling this up. If you don't want to get this, not having Bobbins S1, you could consider redeeming the free light code just for a little bit more energy regeneration. But if Rame is not going to be an S5, then it might be a little bit uncomfortable, right? Wow, that is a really fast Dahlia, my man. 171 Dahlia is quite insane. Yeah, I don't think this Dahlia is going to be having any issue at E1 S1. You do have a very significant amount of cost in your break units, specifically Dahlia and Fugue. That's already 6 costs right here for E1 S1. Unfortunately, he may go as a break DPS unless you play her in Pure Fiction with the Pure Fiction buff. It is just really not that crazy. So if you love Himeko, I guess it is fine. But I would just manage my expectations a little bit. Alright. Is this E1? Okay, E0 Azo Lingsha is not that bad. Right, it's not that bad. But yeah, this team is just like, if I were to use it as a comparison for meta against, like, for example, Firefly, right? Then it's gonna be a little bit more scuffed. But because you love Himeko, I would not take that away from you. Evernight. Okay, this is pretty decent. This is not that bad. But for E0 S0 Evernight, okay, elephant in the room, right? E0 S1 Hyacinth, E0 S1 casters. I feel like the elephant in the room right now is that your account distribution is a bit too scattered. Because you have like 5 different potential DPS teams. So that's 1. This is 2 with Archer. I guess 3. Because you invested 6 costs in the break to make Himeko work. 4 for a Mimo slot team that has like very minimal investments. As well as DOT. So because you are like so stretched out, it will feel very confusing as to which one should you start investing costs in. I would say this is probably a relatively relatable experience for a Mimo slot player that might be affecting the general casual player base. Like, they were probably thinking to themselves, okay, you know what, because Mimo slot is so strong, I'm just gonna get them all of them at E0 and I'm gonna move on to the next team, right? You already got yourself a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cost Mimo slot team. This is 5 costs before you get Cyrene. And I noticed you skipped Tribby. Holy shit. Wait, you skipped Tribby and you skipped Emblade. I feel like this account is in a very interesting spot. Alright, it's in a very interesting spot. For now, I think you're gonna be fine because you did get the power of E2 S1 Himeko Nova. With the sheer number of cost investments into Himeko Nova, you do have an E2 S1 car, which I guess she does act as like a generalist support, right? At E2 S1. It's just that you are probably one of the only players I've seen that has a E2 S1 car to use as a generalist support. So you are definitely in the minority, but I guess it's still fine, right? Because this doesn't really care about attack or HP, and this doesn't care about attack or HP. So you can kind of just slot bro into a lot of different teams. But if you do want to say best in slot right now, if you can run this sustainers, it's probably going to be Archer, especially with the whole defense down stacking. With your car into 4-piece quantum. And if you want to go for 1 cost upgrade more for Archer, I would actually recommend you getting the Signature Light Cone instead of the E1. Because Signature Light Cone is flat out 20% defense ignore. So you can combine that with Car's Light Cone, this is going to be 24. And then you combine it with 4-piece Quadrant, it's going to be another 20. So it's really 64% defense ignore, which I think is like really, really good compared to Rin Tosaga's personal damage, right? And also it's cheaper, right? So that will be my cost for Archer. Himeko Nova, I think your play is fine. If you want to go for another Bobbin SP, depending if Bobbin SP is going to increase your Himeko Nova's after sale. If she's not going to increase Himeko Nova after sale, okay, I don't think this is happening. But you are probably one of the only few players in the world that you wish Bobbin can bench Cyrene. Because you don't have a Cyrene and you don't have a Tribi, right? So if Bobbin SP turns out to be a Cyrene replacement for Mimo Slop, then you can run Bobbin SP, Casters, Avalanche, and Hyacinth. That would be pretty good. I just really don't see that happening though. Because if it actually happens, then Cyrene will be like, I will cry. Bob will actually cry, right? I'll be a very angry man if Cyrene gets replaced. So for your account, if Bobbin SP does slot in that Cyrene role, then that would actually be a tremendous upgrade. Now you wouldn't need to think about Cyrene anymore, and then your plans to go for E2 S1 Himeko Nova with 200 pulls left remaining as of this moment is gonna be okay. For your DOT team, I'ma keep it a buck. This is probably okay between DOT and Break Slot, right? I have a little bit more of a confidence for Break Slop. Number one, because this is 6 cost worth of units, right? It's 6 cost worth of E1 Dahlia and E1 Fuke. Even though this E1 is not that crazy, but at least you can get a little bit more of a winner's break efficiency, so that's fine. And generally speaking, Firefly is a super fucking popular unit. And money talks in gacha games. So if Firefly is gonna be the god that she is, anyone that happens to also be a fire break DPS, like for example, you really like Himeko, right? Like you yourself said you like playing Himeko. So just because of that, I would actually go for a little bit more cost investment specifically into the break art type instead of DOT. Alright. Then for DOT, you don't have Black Swan. You do have a Black Swan, but a Black Swan is gonna be an E0S0 with a E1S0. No wait. Yeah, E1S0 Kafka and an E0S1 Hyslins. At this stage of time, I feel that by version 5, right? I feel if we are gonna be getting an SP, the highest likelihood of any SP we have seen so far is unironically a Kafka SP. Because the entire Stellaron 100 already got their SPs from Silver Wolf as well as Emblade. So there's only gonna be Kafka, SP, and Firefly left. And Firefly just got a Noah Flare recently. So if there is gonna be an SP, I would say Kafka is a unit that has not really seen too much of a relevance in story, will probably start showing up in version 5, right? So if that is gonna be the case, if she turns out to be a DOT support, or a DOT replacement for base Kafka, you might want to consider getting that if you really want to play DOT, right? So that will be my overall pooling opinion. TLDR, Himeko Nova, you already invested, so play Himeko Nova. Archer at E2 with E2 Cypher, that's also really good. That's going to be Team 2. Then Team 3, you can choose for yourself. You can either play your Break Stop with Himeko, which you personally like playing, or you could play DOT, which you already have, like, I think 5 cost-ish invested. Or you can play Mimo Slot if you see Bobbin SP can replace the Cyrene role from there. If not, then you might want to consider dropping one of these for the other. And then if there's, let's just say, theoretically speaking, coming out to be a 4-team endgame content, then it will be between either Mimo Slop or Break Slop. That will be my personal preference. Every other unit, you don't have to worry about it. They're kind of just done. So that is gonna be that in terms of pools, right? Okay, build-wise, is pretty good. 99.5% crit without Sunday, right? That's honestly really good, right? E2 S1 as well. You could definitely consider going for, okay, that's really good, right? That's actually really good. Yep, that is fine. That is good. That is very good. I mean, it's not that crazy, but it is gonna be a good enough. Might want to consider bringing this up a little bit more, but that's gonna be okay. Well, Yang 4-piece Eagle, 2-piece one back, classic. You might want to consider changing this with Kafka, because the well on tutorial can give his ultimate uptime a lot faster, especially with this E2. Spargo on DDD into, oh, okay, 2+2 speed, right? 2+2 speed into ER. The speed looks very low, though, like respectfully speaking. Yeah, you might want to improve your speed builds a little bit, because you are, okay, this is really good, but we can definitely do way better than this. way better than this and way better than this, right? So let's bring up our speed build a little bit more. Fun fact, did you know that a 2-piece warrior is also a 2-piece speed? So if you want to bring up like your high-incidence gears, right, or rather higher scene, you could farm this a little bit more and use it as a bonus 2-piece add-on. Car, I just fucking hate playing Car in the DPS setup. I've said this like 10,000 times by now, because Car doesn't actually do damage, right? Even if you get her items, she doesn't do damage. She's only there to provide you debuffs. All the damage is coming from patience tagging, which is going to be for your main DPS anyways. And if you want to run Car, I always run Car sustainless. So running her on a tank build can make your life a lot easier. So that is just the way I see the build being there. 1 HP is also a little bit slow for a Car, so I will personally try to change this out for 2+2 speed, or even like 4-piece Wilding Waves, right? 4-piece Wilding Waves just make her a lot tankier, because the scenario I'm using Car in is pretty much gonna be for sustainless. Rindo Zaga, you are waiting the POV, waiting for the build, that's fine. This is also okay. Yeah, this speed is fine. You want to make him a little bit faster, so if you're gonna be using him with Archer, you could try to have him outspeed your what you call it, Rindo Zaga, for a little bit more scale point. Hyacinth is okay. Yeah, Hyacinth is okay. Hyacinth is okay. Babin, oh fuck no. Ew. What the fuck is that? Hell nah. Hell nah. What the fuck is 2-piece physical damage, bro? Absolutely fucking not. Please change this to 2-piece attack, 2-piece attack. And I would definitely change this out into 2-piece Von Whack. Then 120 speed for the 2-piece Von Whack. Then that's gonna be fine. Okay, but frankly speaking, at this day, like, I don't even think you're going to be able to use Babin for any of your teams unless you run sustainless DOT with a Babin. And if you run a sustainless DOT with a Babin, you would ideally want to change it to EHR main stat, and you would still never use 2-piece physical, right? So I would definitely change that out. Dahlia is really good, so no comments over there. Fugue is also really good. Okay, your break units are actually super fucking fast for some weird reason. Your break units are literally higher speed than Sparkle, which is like the face of like the speed support. So because of the amount of speed they have, I would definitely not give up on break, since you do have quite a bit over there. Lingsha is okay. Himeko Nova, or rather base Himeko. Hope you get an E6, which honestly doesn't really do too much, but that's gonna be that. Evernight for a E0 S0, I would definitely change this to the ER build. So energy regeneration, HP, speed boots. Crit damage is fine. I just give her a lot of M so that she can maintain the 100% uptime for her ultimate. So that's me personally. Ranmei is not bad. This Lyco is really good, guys. This Lyco is honestly really good. And also she's really cute. Alright, so this is okay. Just keep this as it is. Maybe a little bit lower speed will be fine. Akron is oh, she's dead. Okay, if she's dead, then it's fine. Kafka, no comments. This is going to be completely fine. Energy regeneration roll. Remember to run this on EHR, right? Never ever run attack, always run EHR, so change that. Higher seed, 218 speed, energy regeneration, completely fine. Black Swan, and then what I do. Casters looks kind of okay. Holy, that's a really good casters. Yeah, this is a really good casters. So I think just by the amount of effective subsets you have, break team is probably on number 1, followed by your remembrance, and then you can your DOT is like your weakest team in terms of subsets. So I would consider that in order of priority. Fuck Fuxuan, then Archer is completely fine. If you cannot get enough defense down sources, I would consider swapping this out with Himeko Nova. So Himeko Nova on 4-piece Quantum, and then Archer on Icy, right? Depending on your defense down sources. You do have E2 Car with the S1, so it's not that bad. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about this. Yeah, everyone else is just not gonna be that significant anymore. Yeah, I think generally speaking, this account is kind of okay. I mean, bro really likes Car. Or rather, bro really likes Himeko, and he got really lucky with Car. So I wouldn't really keep chasing on the meta as of this current moment. Your biggest objective right now is to decide which team you want to main, and then cut your costs from the other teams that you're not maining. So if you were to ask me, I would definitely say Robin SP is a huge deciding factor for how you're going to be taking your account. Like, is Robin SP going to be for Himeko Nova, or is she going to be for Archer, or is she going to be for Mimo Sprite, or whatever it's going to be? Then that will decide your pools. Then your next step is, depending if they want to upgrade Break, or if they want to upgrade DOT. Because you can kind of swing either way, since you have like both of them at around 5 to 6 costs. Break is a little bit more, but you're playing a standard Himeko. So the power scaling is just not going to be that high compared if you're going to be playing 5-5, right? Generally speaking, I mean, bro already got himself a 0 cycle, so I can't possibly rate this lower than a Sarah account. So therefore, I would say this is gonna be I would say this is a good enough, like a A grade account. I would say this is a solid A grade account, especially with the 200 pulls remaining. So bro definitely know what he's doing. Actually, no, I'm gonna minus a grade, half a grade, because bro is literally still stuck at version 3.6 and Furious. Let me know what you think of Plan Arcadia, because that will be a very interesting little story. But with that, we are gonna be coming to an end of our Rubina's account review. If you really want an account review, exclamation review and join our Discord. I only do very select few account reviews if you really want them. Other than that, HSR help is that way, right? So you can always ask our HSR helpers. Join Discord, use code Pokke, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Rubina, right? Thank you.